Welcome to No Cap, Just the Rap, where we give our take on the hottest TV shows, media moments, and trending topics. Today, we're recapping Indian Matchmaking Season 3, Episodes 5 through 8. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you. All right, let's start off and get it right kicking. We start off with Vikash, who honestly already has me feeling a little upset because he's being so picky. He made a huge deal out of being with a woman who speaks fluent Hindi. And then now he's complaining that the next woman that Seema Auntie introduced him to is maybe like, quote unquote, too Indian for him. It's like, give me a break, okay? He doesn't want a woman who has like a strong accent, and I'm feeling a little bit over him at this point. But it did actually end up working out for him because he did, with the next match after that, she was able to introduce him to a woman who I guess was exactly like what he was looking for, named Janki. And she's a lawyer. She speaks fluent Hindi. She lives in Charlotte, North Carolina. Even though she also is 10 years younger than him, they seem to really, really hit it off. So he kind of like redeemed himself a little bit in my eyes. And so I'm feeling kind of hopeful for them. I'm like, okay, maybe this will work. That remains to be seen. And then we have, moving on with Shital from last season and her boyfriend Nir, and they came to meet with the parents for lunch. And that, I guess I was a little confused with that one because the way that it ended for me last season, I kind of felt like I was under the impression that they were already making that big move, that they were like agreeing to move in, get engaged, and make big moves towards getting married and being together. So I was kind of surprised that they weren't actually there yet. But so they met with the parents. That went well. And then later he asked her to move in with him, and she said yes. So I was happy to see that. They still look like a very lovely couple. What I remember about them is that Aunt Seema didn't introduce them together, but she ended up meeting him on her own later after the matches that she had didn't work out, and then she met him on her own. And so that one seems to still be holding up the test of time and working out. And then we have Priya and Vim, and I was getting a little bit frustrated because I felt like Priya was like self-sabotaging. Like she, I guess, is not used to being in a relationship where she is prioritized, meant to feel like, the queen that she is. And so Vim is, putting her on a pedestal, letting his feelings be known. He's exactly the type that she said she wants, but yet his attention is making her feel uneasy. And so she's kind of pushing him away and being like negative on him for being so open and vulnerable, which is kind of upsetting because when that happens, sometimes you find that a really good guy like them may change his demeanor just to make her happy. And then she ends up, spoiling a good guy and, spoiling his personality and then making him bad in the future for everyone else. But it seems like things kind of came around because they had a talk after she went to Aunt Seema, and she basically like set her straight, like, look, you're being ridiculous. You need to get out of your head. You need to go out with him again. You just need to express how you are really feeling. And then it seems like after she did that, like she kind of, got to see that she was being a bit ridiculous. And so they were able to move forward, and they set up another date for her to introduce him to her girlfriends, which to me, that always can be a little, you never know, because you never know what type of friends people have and if their friends are going to be rude or intrusive or like haters. But Luckily, her friends were very nice, very welcoming. They tried to give him a little bit of a hard time, but it didn't work because he's just so awesome, and he just knew how to just handle the room. And I think they were just overall impressed with him. They knew that he was sincere with his feelings towards her. And so he just passed with flying colors, which I think also made him look even more attractive in her eyes, which was great. And so I'm really hoping that relationship can continue to flourish and go forth. And maybe one day in the future we'll see a wedding or something with those two as well. And then we also have Pay. I wonder if I'm saying her name right. Pevneet, the tall lady who owns a PR firm, who was matched with Tushar from last season. And their date, at first I was like, this is going to be a mixed match. It's not going to work, a mismatch. But it ended up going surprisingly well. They just like hit it off, and he seemed to really be into her. She was into him. I don't know if it was more of a friends vibe, but they definitely hit it off, and both agreed to want to see each other again. And so I was shocked when she reported that after the date she didn't hear from him for like a week. And I'm like, what? And then he out of the blue texted her and was just like, oh yeah, I couldn't find your number. I had to, call Auntie Seema and get it. And it was a little like, okay, is he shady or flaky? I don't know. Like, is Toshar being flaky? And so, but she agreed to go ahead and give him a second shot, a second chance, and they met up again, and she let him know, hey, I didn't like that, and he apologized, and she just, agreed to give him a second chance and move forward. And so we'll have to wait and see where that goes. I don't know if maybe he was like still in a relationship with someone else and was just waiting to like end things there before he moved on with her. But it was definitely like something else going on, because if a guy meets someone and they really like them, they're not going to wait a whole week just to schedule to see them again. So it was something going on behind there that he just didn't want to get into, which is like, okay, we all see what's going on here. But at the end of the day, hopefully those two will be able to come together. And then we have Artie and Jamal, who I love, love, love. Oh my goodness. I just think they're so adorable. They look so cute together. They could almost pass for like brother and sister. They're both very attractive, and I think they bring out each other's light. Like, I really just love their energy together. And Jamal, they show Jamal with his sister going ring shopping to pick out an engagement ring for RT. And then he puts together like this whole like really nice thing outside and gets down on one knee and proposes to her. And of course she says yes. And they're just both, like teary-eyed and full of joy and happiness. And then she calls Auntie Seema and announces her engagement, and I'm just like, oh my goodness. So that was like, okay, yay. We didn't get a wedding this season, but we did get a really, really nice engagement with Artie and Jamal, and I really love them as a couple. I really do. I really think they're going to go all the way. Married, kids, grandkids, like the whole thing. I'm really excited for them. And, I was reading where some people were putting on social media, they were like commenting about how many failures Auntie Seema has had. But I think the thing is, because even though she doesn't really get credit for introducing Artie and Jamal, it's, in my opinion, even the couples that got together, engaged or married, that weren't from her, it seems like once someone goes to Auntie Seema to be matched, even if the matches don't end up working out, it's like it puts some type of something in the universe or some type of energy out there, because it's like shortly after they end up meeting someone who they end up finding that love with. So it's like, I don't know, it's like something about initiating things with her, even if she didn't like bring you that special someone, some way, somehow, now that person ends up coming into your life. So I still think it's great that they went to her, even if she wasn't the one who was, found them their perfect match. So I still think that some way, somehow, she still can get a little credit for it, some way, somehow, for helping you to put the vibes out there in the universe that you are open and to love in your life right now. The only thing that I guess we left hanging with is like Bobby. Like, whatever happened to Bobby? We don't know. Did he end up getting matched with someone else who, didn't want to friend zone him? Is he going to find love outside of, just being someone's best friend? I hope so, because he's really a great guy. And so we hope that Bobby does find someone. But otherwise, I thought this was a great season. I loved season 3. I love the matches, the people. We didn't get a wedding again, but we got a really, really cute engagement, and I'm very excited for them. And I cannot wait for season 4. I will definitely be watching and giving the recap. And let me know what you guys think. Was there any couples that you felt should have went further than they did, or that Auntie Sima definitely just got it totally wrong on? Let me know. Leave a comment below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. This has been No Cap, Just the Rap recap on Indian Matchmaking Season 3, Episodes 5 through 8. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye for now.